Going to start off, do a quick warm up. Just as usual for me, I always like to start off with downward dog. I just really like it because it gets everything moving. So get into a nice downward dog position. Just try and get your heels as close as you can to the ground. Just really slowly, just let your body open up. And just get your shoulders working into each corner. And just gradually work yourself up into a nice A-frame with really high hips. Just so you can release one arm and the other, just to change the balance a little bit. Just really working the different parts of the posture and just slowly let your body open up. And then come down into Cobra. That's always where I like to start off. And just wiggle around and just find where you've got tension in your body, just to try and get everything moving. Look up at the sky, open up your back. And tuck your toes under and back up into downward dog. And then just hold. Just let everything open. Slowly get your heels closer to the ground. Spread your hands nice and wide to distribute your weight. And lean in and remember to breathe. And then breath, and then go into Cobra. Just remember to point your toes. And just feel the stretch in your hip flexors and your stomach. And your back. Over your toes, back into downward dog. Should be nice and easy now. Getting closer to that A shape. You can work your hands up. Get your hips higher with every rep. And last time down for Cobra. So spin round on your mats and go into a wide kneeling position, like this. And then go down into a frog stretch. So just place your arms down on the ground in front of you. And then just lean back into a bit of a squatting position. And then come forward. And then back. And this is just to open up your hips. Ready for when we do some leg work sort of in the middle of the session. Just want to try and sort of get you into really good open position so you can actually perform the exercises. Sometimes that takes quite a lot of flexibility to get into a deeper squat. So I just like to do this one. And you can sit this way around. And it's sort of mimicking a squat position, but just laying down. And just let your body dictate how deep you go. Don't push it too hard. You shouldn't really feel too much pain. You just gradually feel your hips opening up. Okay, jump up and get into a wide squat again. Just to sort of test where your range of motion is today. Just be nice and straight, and then down into a deep squat, and then back up. And just really feel where you are today. Try and get your ankles moving. Try and get your hips moving. Just sometimes do a few hip circles as well, just to get all of these joints open up. You should find that you get a bit more comfortable in the lower position. And you can just move around. And just gradually feel for yourself how your body's moving and opening. Just do a few more quick reps. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to go into some press-ups. So we've got a few options. So we can start with normal press-ups in a kneeling position. That's one option. You can go into do full press-ups if you can, or if you want to do the hard type of exercise today, you go into a dive bomber press-up, where you go into downward dog, back under the bar, and then come back up. And this one is really good for just generating a lot of flexibility in your shoulders and working your shoulders a bit more like in swim motion. So a lot of us do swimming or many other sports that require overhead strength. It's really good for that. So off we go, pick whichever one you like and try and get 10 reps. It doesn't matter if you can't, just do as many as you can. So that's 1, and then back up. 2. 3. 4, you can go at your own pace. If you find it hard, you can take a rest and then join back in. And that's 7. 8. 9. And 10. Great, okay, so the next one is a wall row. So we're basically going to lean against the wall and row your arms like that. So the higher up you stand, the easier it is. So here's really easy, and just push your arms back like that. So just push them back as far as you can, and then holding it for a count of 3. If you want it to add some more resistance, you can try it down here. Again, push in, 1, 2, 3, and release. Okay, so pick your position, and 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, down. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 reps. 5. 6. Start feeling the legs there as well. 7. 8. 2 more. And 9. And 10. Great. Okay, so the next one is, so for 1 second. Okay, great. So this one you're going to need your small weight, and it is a back exercise, and it's a Superman pass. So basically what we're doing is you're passing this weight, you're sort of touching your hip if you can here, keep it high, pass it to one hand, and then go back around the other way. And that's 1 rep. Just follow along. You can do it without weights if you need to, just by following circular motion around here. Just keep your hands off the ground and keep your arms as high as you can, thumbs pointing towards the sky. So off we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great, okay, so we're going back around to our first exercise. So remember, you can choose whichever version of the exercise suits you. Grab a towel, because you might be sweating by now, hopefully. Just make sure you've got some grip. So you can either do normal press ups, kneeling press ups, or dive bombers. So where we go. 1, 2, 3. And if you want to try, you can try dive bombers from a kneeling position, like so. 4, 5, 6. We can go into cool ones. 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Right, so we're going to go back into our wall rows now. So remember how the last set felt? Just find the right level and really push it back into the wall and get a good peak contraction. So it's 1 and back down. 2, nice posture. 3, 4, 5, pull back as hard as you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold it. 10. Brilliant, so shake that out. Use the towel. To go back to these Superman passes. So just try and keep your thumbs towards the sky for each of the reps and keep it up as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're on our last round. Completely up to you. You can mix up different types of press ups if you like, all depending on how fatigued you are. You can start hard and then end on an easier version. So dive bombers. So the hardest bit is pushing back under the bar. And see, I'm losing it there, so we might drop down a little bit. So you can stay a little bit higher. But the main thing is to really touch yourself and find whichever level you're at. So that's 6, I'm going to drop down to my knees now for this one. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so back to our wall rows. Last set. 1, 2, 3. So get a real peak contraction. Squeeze your shoulder blades. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, last round of the pass rounds, Superman pass rounds. And just keep it nice and controlled. And off we go. So from one to the other. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this just do wonders for your posture. A lot of these exercises. 7, 8, 9, and keep it high, starting to droop a little bit, and 10. Okay, well done everyone. So that was the first little circuit. Our second one, we're going to move on to our lower body. I think a lot of you will be familiar with a few different varieties of one-legged squats. So we can either do a split squat, or we can do a triple squat with your big toe for help. So you stay high, use your back leg for help, and come back up. Or if you want to take it onto a high level, you can use a little block or roll up your mats into a pad. Hold on to one leg and go all the way down to the ground. That's quite a tricky one. So whichever one we want to do, to recap, you can do a split squat, a normal triple squat, or this one. So I'm going to go for 5 to 10 reps. Let's see how we go. So ready? 1, 2, 3. Oop. Very good balancing one. 4. Starting to lose that there. Back to this one. 5, 6, 7. So you can always drop down to an easier version as you go along, as I've done. 8, 9, 10. Swap over legs. You can lean right forward, get balance, knee down to the ground. That's a weak leg, as you can see. It really tests your ankle flexibility as well. 4. And drop down to easier version if you have to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great, so we're going to a single leg deadlift, which is always one of my favourites. Memories too. So we've got a weight. And you go into a T position. Pick up the weight. What you can do without weight, it's perfectly fine. Back leg nice and straight, mainly for balance. Pick up your weight, and then come back up. So standing leg, opposite arm, and just use your glutes. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Any balance if you need to. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Swap over legs. Do this way around for a change. Heavy bar. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Just you're feeling your glutes and your hamstrings. 7, 8. You're all doing really well. I've got a better screen today, so I can see you all now. 9. And the last one for me is 10. So another core exercise next is form of a plank with a body saw. So you go on your elbows and you just walk your feet backwards and forwards. So you get a nice plank. And if this is enough for you, you can do that. You just hold a plank. Then we walk back and then we walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just little movements. 8, 9, 10. Great, okay, have a little breather. Wipe down any sweat that you might have on the floor. So safety's sake. And go back to the one-legged squat. So just to reiterate, you can use split squat or assisted shrimp or a freestanding one. Completely up to you. So away we go, 10 reps. Your own time. It's a little bit low for me, so I need to adjust that. I'm going to go back to the normal shrimp squat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can't manage all the reps, let's have a rest. Then try one more. Two more. Ooh. One more. Okay, back to single leg deadlifts. So you can do it without weight. Completely up to you. Make sure your floor is nice and dry. Get into a nice strong position and take the weight. And off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just seesaw all the way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Stop over. Get yourself ready. 1, 2, 3. Should be able to feel one leg is much weaker than the other. And just balance it. Really work it. Work the glutes. Work the hip. It's generally where we all are weak. So 2 more. 2, 1, last one. Brilliant. So back onto body score. Squat yourself down. Okay, so if you have a nice sort of smooth floor, like me, you can actually just skid your legs up and down. But if you're on carpet, you're going to have to walk. Depends how sweaty you are. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Brilliant. One more to go. So choose your particular style of squat. If you're dropping down to split squats and you've got a kettlebell or something, you can even use that. So you can do a split squat like so. Okay, so off we go. I'm going to stick with the shrimp squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over. 1, 2, 3. And you balance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Okay. So last round of the single leg deadlifts. Shake it out. Wipe yourself down. And away we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Swap over. One at the floor. Last one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a weak leg. 4 more. This is really gets good at helping you balance. It gets very strong when they're fatigued. Makes you realise which side is weaker, which side you need to work on. And last rep. And up. 10. So body sores again. Down into plank. You can just do a plank if you want to. Up to you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, okay, let's find that hard. So, on to our last 3 exercises. So, these ones are all going to be core, apart from one little bit of jumping. But it's a bit of a, yeah, you'll see when you get there. But okay, first of all, I don't know if you know the exercise called bird dog, where we go opposite arm, opposite leg, up, hold it, and back in. So that's level 1. If you want to try something a little bit different, shorten your base. So rather than below shoulder and below your hip, with your arms and your knees, shorten it so you're closer to your knees with your hands. And then opposite arm, opposite hip. And bring your knees close together, hands close together, opposite arm, opposite hip. Makes it a little bit difficult. So we're going for 10. However you like. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just really engage your core and don't let your back arch too much. And then last one, 10. Just mop down your mat if you've got any sweats. And the next one is a variation which is of a tabletop, which is exactly the opposite of that movement which is done. So you go into a tabletop like so, and then I want you to try and lift one limb off the ground, so like one leg, put it back down, and then one arm, but trying to maintain a nice tabletop position. So we go through, alternate, so each of these movements is 1 rep, so we're going to go through 10 reps. So 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, if you follow me, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And for a bonus one, if you can do one arm and one leg. And the other side. Great. Good job to try. So if you find that really hard, you can just go for normal tabletop throughout that section. And so our next exercise is going to be another squat. 2-leg squat, where we're going to pause, and then jump as hard as you can, and then pause. So I just want you to try and get used to like generating as much force as possible from a dead stop. Okay, so if we go, stop, jump, stop, jump. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. So back to our bird dogs again. Just really play around with the balance on this one. These exercises are trying to get you more used to controlling your core and how it affects your balance, and how we can become better athletes by being more balanced. So you can try a really narrow stance, like I'm doing, and then hold. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Really use those glutes to keep your legs straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, little shake out, the wipe out, and then back to our tabletop. And you can do any of the previous variations we've done. So you can do 10 reps of alternate leg and alternate arm, or individual limbs. It's up to you. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for more advanced, go 1. Try and get high with your hips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you can see as you get more practice at the movement, your mind starts making connections and it gets easier. So we go back to our jump squats. You can do as many reps as you like with this. Just keep it nice and dead. Nice dead stop at the bottom. And lots of power. So 1, and nice and softly. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you've got any injuries, you can obviously just do normal squats. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Our last round, back to bird dogs again. So, away we go. And 1, 2. You should be able to feel all the other work that we've done on our core and our glutes so far. Makes you feel it a lot more in this exercise. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, flip that round. Our last set of these things. Our tabletops. Okay, as you feel, whichever variation you like. So, and get that hip higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, okay, it's getting difficult. Now these things are jump squats. If you've got any injuries, just do normal squats, whatever you can. And so away we go. Pause, jump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, well done guys. I found that pretty hard at the end. Hope you did too. So Mary, it's over to you for some stretching.
So I want you kneeling in this position, and I want you to concentrate on pulling your bottom in, pulling your core in, and allowing your shoulders just to hang. And just be loose. So you're just going to be loose here and just allow those shoulders. But I want you nice and tall. I want those shoulders to come back and just be in that lovely straight line. And as you're there, I want you to feel pulling up from the thighs, so you've got that lovely straight line. And as you experiment, I want you to reach your arms to the sky and try and be balanced. And I want you just to play around in this position, going, you know how I go? You're going north, you're going south, a little bit backwards, and you're going east, and you're going west. And if you want to play in that position and stay in any one position, I just want to point out, as you kneel, I want that leg at the back for that toe and calf to be pointed. So try and get that toe pointed on the ground. So as you kneel, we're moving our upper body, but I want you to have tension in your quads, pulling up your tummy, but stretching out your feet. So we're opening up the front line. You can be doing your breathing. You can go from side to side, just reaching up, because sometimes our calf and our IT band are all joined together. So let's just stretch through this middle. We've been seated most of the day. Feel that stretch through, and feel that stretch through. Now we did the lunge position with Alex, so I want us to go back into our lunge, and I want that back leg straight, stretching through here, stretching through the shins, and bringing your front leg forward. And when you bring your front leg forward, you can hold onto a chair, and I want you to stretch through. So I want your back leg to go straight. So if you want to hold onto something, you can. But again, we're stretching through our quad, and we're coming up. We're coming up through our back, and we're opening our chest. Knee is with your ankle, and you're just coming tall in your 90 position. And then I want you to bring that leg back, if your knee will allow you, so that your ankle is behind your knee, and you're just going to lean forward. If you want to take some pressure off, pop your hands down. If you feel comfortable in that position, just come up high. Stretching through. And on this leg, you're stretching through your arch of your foot. You're feeling all your toes. Your toes are stretched out, and you're feeling your Achilles and your calf as your knee goes forward. Just find where you're comfortable. If you need to take the weight off, pop your hands down and just take the weight off this knee forward. Then I want you to come back into your lunge. So your knee's coming back, and I want you to go open. So I want you to open your shoulders. So we're just breathing out and in. Exhale on the movement, and inhale as you come in. Changing sides, the elbow goes to the inside of the knee, and then you're just twisting around. If you have it, the arm comes up. You may not have it. It's still in that lovely lunge position. Coming back to your lunge, and you may have this or you may not have this. I will support myself, but you may be able to just lift your knee and drop your knee. So you're just lifting and dropping. You may just want to have your hands there, so stretching through the back of that knee. Stretch through the back of that knee, that long back line from your big toe to your heel, up through your Achilles. The knee is straight, the kneecap is engaged, the quads are tight, and you're coming forward, pointing into a powerful point forward. And then you're just going to let it go and come down. Going to do the same stretches on the other leg. So just changing legs. And you're in your 99 lunge to begin with. So your ankle and your knee are in alignment. You're pulling your hips so your hips are square. Your back foot is pointed. We're just going to be up here. Tall. Try and get your hips level. Don't be like this. Try and pull your hips tall. Try and have tension in your tummy. Try and have those shoulders, as we started off, they're loose, they're away from your ears. Just spending some time in that lunge position. Nice and tall. Now you're just going to allow it to go forward. Wherever you want to be, it just goes forward a little. Stretching through that back. Have your arms up here. Stretching through. And this time, you can bring that knee over the ankle. Remember, you can support yourself. If your knee doesn't like it, just stay in your 99 position. If you have it, you can pull that leg back and your knee can go over. Wherever you want to be. Stretching out. Remember, opening to your stretch. And then twisting around. If the hands go down and the arm comes up, that's fine. If you're just here, just get that twist through your body in this position. And on this position, nice and tall. Now, do you have it? Will that leg just come up? Wherever you want to be, I'm going to go low, and I want you to stretch forward. Stretch forward. You may need a little bit of support. Powerful, powerful. Stretch that calf back. It's a lovely stretch of the calf. But remember, you're opening a line. Okay, you relax in that position. Control your breath. Just let the body settle. Feel those stretches all through the body. And then just come down. And relax those legs. Wiggle your bottom. Just allow it to be. Letting it be. Again, we're going to keep on our kneeling, because all the time you're kneeling, you're stretching that shin through. So you know I love this stretch. The foot is going to go out, but I want you to pay particular attention to the foot. The toe is up, the knee is engaged. Move so that you're comfortable, so that you can hold that position. You can just hold this as a shin and as a calf stretch. So feel the back of your leg, feel your Achilles, feel your calf, feel your hamstring. And here is just enough. If you wanted to, you could put something under your knee so it's a little bit softer. But I'm just going to play around with this stretch. So again, what are we going to do? We're going to go tall. Yeah? And then you're just going to go to the side. Really opening, but all the time that toe is up. And I know some of you will be able to turn, and some of you will be able to go completely flat. I want you to just keep that leg straight, and I want your body to go over. If your chin goes to your knee, that's absolutely fine. Mine won't, but I can still feel that stretch. I'm pulling up my knee, I'm pulling up my toe, and I might even have a chair to support me in that position, or a pole. But I'm going down, I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to go down a little bit further, looking towards my foot, twisting through here, and I'm opening that line through the back of my leg, round to my back. Just twisting through. Allowing that stretch to come through the calf, through the hamstring. It's just a different angle of stretching. Try and keep this leg away. And then coming up. And you know, if we went that way to the east, we have to go to the west. So we're going to swing open. And again, what have you got? The hand may just be on your hip. They may be on both hips, or you may be able to go over. And this time, I want you to point your toe. So it's really important. You're now changing the angle here. I'm pulling my hip in and up, and I'm pointing my toe, and I'm just allowing the wind to blow me over, to stretch through. So this is all your sideline. You're just stretching your calves differently. Over you go. And as you exhale, reach over a little bit further. Point that toe further away. So you've got a counter stretch. The toe goes that way, the arm goes this way. Stretch, 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 stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. Push that bottom forward. Feel the stretch. Coming forward and round. Changing sides. So we just come up tall. Remember that nice tall position. Sometimes we only have to do a few stretches, and that leg goes out. Remember, it's the inner thigh. That toe comes up. So can you actually get that knee to go down and the toe to come up? I don't want you there. I want you to swing your hips through. I want your hips straight. I want you to be open here. Yeah, like a warrior one, like that, but we're just doing it kneeling. We're nice and tall, so that's where you start. And your hands come up. Should we go to the side first? We're going over to the side. Remember, if you're going over to that side, that toe points. Be careful it doesn't cramp. So you may just have to readjust your foot. You may be down there. Wherever you can be, I want you to feel the stretch all through your shin, through your calf, through your knee. Just play, so it comes up and it goes over. Stretching, stretching, stretching. We come round. I don't have support this side, so I just have to do it without the support. I'm turning my hips. I'm trying to turn my hips, but trying to keep this leg straight. And I'm thinking about my chin going down. And you can try it either with a pointed toe, or you can bring the toe up just to stretch through. You may want your hands either side of your knee to get a little bit more of a twist that way. That's absolutely fine. And then we're coming round. And we're just going to loosen our hips. So that's stretching your calves, but stretching them in alignment. We're just rolling over from side to side. Nice stretch. A nice stretch. Releasing. And we're just going to do our seated stretch. It's nice and wide. Again, our toes are up. And we're just going to come down to the side. I'm going all the way inside of this leg as I stretch. So my toes are active. They're going to be pulled up again. And we're going to come over. Again, if you want to go right the way down, that's up to you. Wherever you can go down as far as you can. Inhaling, and on the exhale, you just let it go. Let it go. And we come up. And we go down. So the hand goes on the inside, and this hand comes over, and we go over. Remember, keep that foot active, keep that calf stretch going. Maybe holding on to that toe, pulling the toe back. And today we're going to do seated cross legs. So we're just here. And if you've got a calf issue, you can do a seated and you can just rub your calf. Rub your calf and move your foot. And here's a really good way of getting into your calf. Remember, your calf is two halves. So you're sitting cross-legged, but as you're cross-legged, I want you to get your thumbs into the middle of your calf and just move that backwards and forwards. and go up and down in your calf. Up and down. So your thumbs are going in and they're moving. Your calf has got two bits, the inner and outer calf. So just move that. But you're doing that while you're stretching. So you're doing two things at once. I'm here, cross-legged, but I'm just massaging my calf. I can move my foot up and down. I can move. Lots of calf problems can be because of feet. So those toes need to go back, the toes need to point. And you can do that at the same time. And then change into the other leg. Again, that's a stretch of your hip, but you're also going into your calf. Just moving that calf. Moving the toes around. So it's sort of 2 for 1. And when you're there, pull back. You can do that as a hamstring. Just straight. And time goes so quickly. I had a few more stretches, so we just have to do a few more on Friday. Our finale, one leg, and because you can balance, you can do both legs as a finale. And down we go. And we're just going to stretch straight. Whoa, nice and floppy on the mat. Just allow our body, especially our inner and outer thighs, to absorb those stretches. Inhaling and exhaling. You may just want to relax, you may just want to pull in your knees and just allow your back to go from side to side. It's up to you, wherever you feel relaxed. It's your session. Allow your breathing to settle. Throwing the tension away from your shoulders, tension away from your face. Just let your body be. Then feeling your toes. Can you play a piano with your toes? Can your big toe go backwards? Can it go forwards? Can your toes curl up? Can they open up? And you start moving your ankles. How loose are your calves? Are those calves nice and wobbly? Give them a little shake. And the knees. Can you bend your knees in? How do they feel today? And your hips just going round in a circle. Round to the other way. Shoulders rolling over onto your right side. And then just coming up. And let's just gather all that air in. And just let it go, let it go, let it go. It's okay. It's Monday. It's going to be a good week. Because it just is. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And I know there's somebody there who can jingle as we let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because you've done a great class. So thank you, Alex. Thank you. And thank you for coming tonight. It's brilliant. And we've got Ralph on Wednesday, and then there's my session on Friday at 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so thank you all for coming. That was really nice to see you all.
Thank you both of you.
Thanks everyone. Cheers.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you both. It was really good.